Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to day 2 of Vidmas. I am posting a new video every single day up until the 24th of December, and I only talk about affordable and cruelty-free makeup here. So if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe down below. Like I say, a new video here every single day until Christmas. But today we are doing another eyeshadow palette bingo, and we are doing another eyeshadow palette bingo in collaboration with the lovely Cole. So if you don't know, Cole, aka Cole of the Ball, such a sweetheart. We are trying to get her to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so if you like my content, if you have been here for a while, I am certain that you will also like hers. So I will leave her channel linked down below. She is also doing an eyeshadow palette bingo with the Sinister palette today. So you can watch my video, see what look I managed to come up with the bingo idea, and then go and see what look she comes up with as well. Her looks are a lot more creative. She does a lot more like creative looks, just uses colours in a way that I could simply never. So I highly recommend you go and watch her channel after you've watched mine. And of course, thank you to Cole for collaborating with me again on an eyeshadow palette bingo video. We do this for basically every new release that we both get, so it's no coincidence that we post these things at the same time, okay? Me and Cole are completely in cahoots. So let's just get into the Sinister palette. I actually only posted my review of this 3 days ago. I'm so late to the party, but this is what the palette looks like. Like I say, I have only used it that one time because I only filmed that yesterday. I'm so behind. I am so behind, but that is the palette that we're going to be getting into, completely randomizing it, picking 5 shades and trying to come up with some sort of eyeshadow look. So let's just see how this goes. So I have put all of these shade names into, this is the Tiny Decisions app, so it's completely randomized. We're going to be picking 5 and then trying to create some sort of eyeshadow look. So let's just pick, let's just dive straight on in. What colour are we getting first? Strange. Is that the pink? Yeah, I really like this shade. It's like a rosy matte pink. I really like that one, so great start. Then choice number 2. I hope I don't pick all of the same shades that I already used in my first impression, because that has happened before. Menacing. Okay, I didn't use that one. Point of difference already. This is the like satiny dark grey. It's not a shimmer. It is ever so slightly reflective, but not in like a glittery or, I don't know, it's like not a foil, but it is ever so slightly reflective. Can you see that? It is quite a unique sort of finish. I don't think I've ever had a shade quite like that before. So choice number 3, Fear. Okay, so that's the light matte pink. Again, very sort of useful, neutralish sort of a shade. Absolutely not mad at the 3 that I've picked so far. I hope I get one of the like properly blinding shimmers. But other than that, I really have no preference over what shades I get. So choice number 4, Ominous. Dark, sort of grey purple matte. Again, very useful. I really hope I get something lighter and shimmery because so far we don't have anything that I could use like across the lid. Sometimes these videos just throw me completely for a loop. So they are the 4 shades that we've got so far. Please keep your fingers crossed for me. Literally any of the lighter shimmers Preferably Eerie, but any of them will do. It was listening to me. Did you see that? You saw that. It's listening to me. We've got Eerie. That is fantastic news. I am so not mad at this colour story. I am so happy with this. So these are the shades that we have had picked completely at random. So we have got Strange, Menacing, Fear, Ominous and Eerie. And if I shuffle my chair up a little bit, can you see the reflect in that Eerie shade? I've changed my lights and I've had to change a few settings on my camera, so I really hope that this is showing up. And I hope you like the new setup if this is the first time that you've seen it. I have changed things around a little bit. So let's zoom in and we can create an eye look with these shades. I am one happy bunny. This is a good eyeshadow palette bingo day. So I already have my eyeshadow primer on and my brows, but nothing else, so I can just go absolutely crazy and then clean it up afterwards, which is generally what I do when I'm doing these more interesting, quote, interesting looks. So the eye primer that I'm using is the P. Louise one, and that's just blended out right across the lid. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into Fear, which was that lighter pink matte, and I'm going to start working this into the crease. Honestly, I have like 3 other videos that I want to film today, so I'm not gonna go completely crazy. I do want to like rein it in a little bit from something that I maybe would do with this palette. I do want to do, and let me know, am I completely insane for even wanting to attempt this? I want to do like a grey smoky eye with a bright red matte inner corner. Is that crazy, or is that something that you would like to see? Because I've never done a look like that with a red. Like, I've done that with lime green, I've done that with lilac, I have done that with basically every other colour, even like a pink, like a bright pink, but I have never done that sort of a look with a red. So if that's something that you would like to see, if that feels festive to you, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to try it. I will also say I got no staining. The look that I did a couple of days ago, or rather that you saw a couple of days ago, I only filmed that like 24 hours ago and there's no staining. Like even the swatches that like I did on my arm, no staining. So I don't know how they've done that, because any other red shade that I have ever used before has stained. Like stained my skin on my arm if I've swatched it, or on my eyelids if I've put it on my eyelids. I don't know how they've done it, but it didn't stain. So I'm happy about that, but just worth noting. So that is just the light pink, as like a wash right through the crease. Then I'm gonna go in with the darker pink, the more like rosy mid-tone, which was called Strange, and I'm just gonna pick that up on the same brush and pack that on the lid on the outer half-ish. I really like this shade. Like I say, I already used this in that first impression that I did. I think that it's really pretty. It's like a soft mid rosy pink. Very wearable, I feel, and I don't even really wear pinks all that much, like pinks and reds, but I really like everything about that shade, like the depth of it, the undertone of it. I think that it's beautiful. So that has just like deepened up really nicely on the outer half of the crease and the lid, smoked right out. If you like pinks, this will feel so comfortable to you. I'm just not, I don't wear a lot of pink. I don't know why. Like, I think that this is pretty, but I would just never reach for these shades in my everyday life. So I'm just gonna go in with a clean fluffy brush just to wiggle over that join a little bit, no more colour, but just soften that down a little bit. And then let's, pardon me, I've just had a really big cup of tea. Let's let's actually think about what I want to do. Obviously I want Eerie basically all across the lid, but on the inner corner. Do I put this across the lid and then melt it into that and do this as a smoky wing? Is that an idea? Let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm taking more of a dense brush into Menacing, this like satiny dark grey, and I'm going to keep this right on the lid on the outer half and tap it in ever so lightly with that Strange, the rosy pink. It's nice and dark, but not too like intensely black. Like it's a really nice deep grey. Yeah, I'm not bad. So I am really happy with the amount of colour on the outer corner and also how that's blending in with the rosy tone. I think that's really pretty. Like it's smoky, but it's not actually too dark. I feel like that looks really, really nice. So I'm just going to take my finger, because these duochromes do apply best, just tapping them in with your finger, and I'm going to pack that shade, Eerie, the lightest duochromy, beautiful shade. I'm just going to pack that all over the lid, and on the lid, like on the inner half of the lid there, that eye base was very much still tacky, so it is like properly grabbing onto that shade and building it up. That is such a beautiful, it's like holographic, it's got so many different tones in it. Really, really pretty. And then I'm just tapping over that outer corner with the brush that I was applying Menacing with. I'm not applying any more colour, like I haven't picked any more up on the brush, but I just want to make sure that that's blending across there really nicely, which I feel like it is. It's like a soft, subtle, little bit grungy, but nothing too grungy, because I can't do like messy grungy. Everything has to be like blended really nicely. I can't handle it. It's just who I am. So blending that out across the top edge, and I'm very happy with how that looks. So I'm just going to take a long like flat liner brush, and I'm going to dip into Ominous, which was that dark matte, and I'm going to use just literally one dip, and I'm actually just going to tap that off a little bit because very, very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. Just work that into the brush, and I'm just going to stamp this along the lash line and wing it out ever so slightly. Okay, so that wing got a little bit more intense than what I was maybe hoping for, but I'm gonna clean this up, so I might just take the tail off a little bit, because that's quite a lot, isn't it? I never know what I'm doing, so now I've got to try and make it look the same on the other side. This is where I really have to concentrate. See, this is more what I was hoping for. Little like smoky, smudgy wing. This is just quite intense, so I might just try and blend this down. Blend that colour out a little bit. Is that possible? Let's see. Let's see. I think at this stage, I am going to just get a little bit of micellar water. And here's one that I prepared earlier. And I'm just going to try and sharpen this up so that it's the same as this side. And then we can see where we're at. Because currently they're not even cousins. They're not even distantly related. So let me go ahead and just clean this up and then see where we're at. Okay, so I feel like we can work with this. We can work with this. So I'm just going to go back in with that liner brush into the teeny tiniest little bit of that ominous shade. And I think we can make these look the same or closer to the same. What is it that James Welsh says? Progress over perfection? Is this progress? I don't know. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm gonna go off, I'm gonna do the rest of my face. I'm wanting something smoky under the eye and I'm wanting a lot of mascara. So I'm gonna go off and do all of that and we can finish up under the eyes together. Okay, so I'm just finishing off with a little bit of the lipstick, the Velvet Matte lipstick in Clarice. The like almost concealer lips, slightly cool toned. I did wear this in my first impression video, but I wore it with one of the other shades of lipstick. I just wanted to try it with a lip liner today and I actually quite like how that's turned out. So this is how I'm going to wear it in future. I don't normally go for like cool toned brownie sort of nudes. I would always go for something a little bit more pink toned, but I like how that looks. The lip liner that I used, let me just get it out because I put it away. It's the e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liner in Truth or Bare. I put that on first and then like mooshed it in with that lipstick and I like how that's turned out. I did mean to use the blush, completely forgot. So this is made by Mitchell, Posy Rosy, and the Sprinkles Balm Highlighter over the top. So that's what we've got on so far, and I'm just gonna go in with the same fluffy brush that I was using on the lid, and I'll go in with Strange, which was the rosy pink, and run that all the way along the lower lash line to add that colour under the eye as well. Tie it in a little bit, and then I'm just going to take that same brush that I was using for Menacing, which was the dark shimmery grey, and I'm going to just tap that on the outer half and almost like tie it in with, ooh, smoky, tie it in, stop getting distracted now, tie it in with what we've got on the lid to really intensify that colour on the outer half of the under eye. I like that a lot. Right, let me just go back in with a bit more of that pink, a little bit further out, blend that out a little bit. I want more of the Eerie shade, like right on the inner corner, so I will do that as well. You know how I feel about a smoky under eye and a bright inner corner. I just need it in my soul. So taking more of a dense brush, wiping it off on my pyjama bottoms, and dipping into Eerie, picking up quite a bit of that on that brush and packing that right onto the inner corner. Like so. Really, really brighten that up. I love this shade. This might be my favourite shade out of all of the Cosmic Brushes palettes. Am I regretting saying that already? It's just really, really like unique. The way that it is every single colour and also none of them all at the same time. I love it. I love it. And obviously that first impression video that I posted a couple of days ago, in that video, it's like the same similar-ish sort of tones. So it looks similar, okay? It looks similar. But a lot of the shades are different in this look. let me have it, okay? I will, if you are at all interested, I will do a part 2. You know, part 2 palette bingo. I've done that with the divination palette. I'm probably going to be doing part 3 for the divination palette because there's just so many shades in that. But I could absolutely do part 2 palette bingo for the Sinister palette. I'm just adding some mascara onto the lower lashes. I will also add more. When do I not add more mascara? Always build up the most mascara. Because why not? You're only here once. Why shouldn't your lashes look like spiders' legs? Is my question. And there we go. It's smoky. It's leaning a little bit vampy, but like this still feels very comfortable for me. I really like how that's turned out. I mean, I love all of the shades that I chose. This was a really good eyeshadow palette bingo selection. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes, I mean, I've done palette bingos before where literally every single shade that I have chosen is a shimmer. And let me tell you, that is a big old struggle. But I'm happy with how this has turned out. Let me zoom you out, sort my hair out, and then we are done. So I would love to hear what you think down below of this look. I would love to hear if you go over and watch Cole's version of this video as well. As always, I'm very interested to see what colours she gets like completely randomised and also what look she manages to come up with, because like I said, we've got very different styles. I basically always do this just with a variety of different colours, but her looks will, I'm certain, be more graphic, just so much more. So I would love to hear if you go over to Cole's channel as well after watching this one. Don't forget to leave her a lovely comment in the comment section as well if you do go over there. I would absolutely love to hear what you think of her look too. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.